Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Michelle. If this is your first time coming in here, please don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. So this channel is actually mainly reaction channel, and last time we reacted to Crazy TV talking about factor advertisement, and also I mentioned cancel Korea. So now Crazy TV uploaded a new content about cancel Korea. So actually I mentioned previously that I really did not go through the depths of that story to what happened, because yeah, you can watch that video. So today we will watch and react to Crazy TV's hot topics, and yeah, let's get to it. Okay, we can start here. So
when it was happening, because I know when things are happening at that moment, it could be very sensitive. So I'm sure by now you guys know what the whole cancel Korea thing was about, but if you don't, let me sum it up really quickly. It all started with the Filipino American TikTok star Bella Poarch, which I've seen her videos before, and she is so pretty, and like she has millions of views per video.
Yeah, my friend also mentioned about Bella Poarch. It's just that I didn't pay like attention too much about that. I mean, I did not like look into her. I just saw the hashtag cancel Korea on Twitter, and I saw the comments. It's kind of a little toxic because, you know, this kind of unnecessary war between Filipinos and Koreans, and the things happened after that. So let's continue.
One of the videos, she showed a new tattoo that she got, and this tattoo was a Japanese imperial flag. A little background of why Koreans are so sensitive about this flag is because of the history, and this history was
super sensitive. I remember one time there's like a K-pop idol wearing the Japanese sun, like she was wearing it to practice, like they were practicing at that time, and then a lot of netizens actually bash her through, like, you know, comments saying it's like unnecessary.
Not that long ago. Flag sign was used during the brutal occupation of Korea back in 1910 and 1945 by the Japanese. If you think about it, honestly, it was not that long ago, meaning there are people still alive today in Korea and in a lot of Asian countries that went through this war, and they're still alive today, and they're sharing their stories, and it's a sensitive topic still because it hasn't been that long. Even my grandparents growing up, they had to learn Japanese because it was like a law or a rule, because it was still occupied by the Japanese when even my grandparents were growing up. So Bella Poarch quickly apologized, and she said that she did not know about the history at the time, and I totally understand, because the younger generations, because we weren't affected directly, we might not know the history, and also if it's not directly applied to your country or culture, it might not be as sensitive just to come and ruin this. And there was a comment directly targeted to the Filipino culture. One of the main comments I've been servicing was the poor country, non-educated people, short people comments, and I believe there was some other comments made by some Koreans, which is absolutely wrong. You should never target someone's culture or race. Of course, I hope you guys understand that this does not define every Koreans out there, but of course, because of this comment made by a Korean, you know, it started a whole race war. You should never target someone racially, and if anyone has been affected by this comment, I'm so sorry, because this is a very offensive
Sorry
thing
to Philippines. Hashtag sorry to Philippines.
Of course, some people were commenting saying that the Koreans were triggered at first because, you know, when someone uses this flag, it's an immediate insult to, you know, the Korean culture. So a lot of Koreans
I mean, I understand Korean netizens bashing that K-pop idol. I think that was in Twice, the Twice member who wore that flag. I understand them bashing her because she's Korean, or she's working in Korea, but Filipino, I think it's like far from it, right? I mean, everyone's like extra sensitive nowadays.
have been, you know, very angry, and they could have said something like this out of anger. But still, even out of anger, you should be the bigger person, and you should never say something like this. Now, there were a lot of tweets, you know, became like trending #1 in Twitter, such as cancel Korea. All I say is Filipinos are not made out of plastic.
Oh,
Koreans calling Filipinos ugly without knowing that Filipino is not ranked number 2 when it comes to having beautiful people. And it seemed to a lot of people like a "you started first" thing on Twitter. So how are Koreans reacting to this? I've seen a lot of comments in news medias and what people are commenting, and a lot of comments here by Koreans are mostly sorry and they can't understand why some people have to be so stupid and start this race war thing. I honestly wasn't aware of the situation at first.
I think so too.
Until there was a lot of people attacking my TikTok. Back in July, I made a TikTok POV, which is just a role playing in TikTok that we do. And this was a POV duet that I did with Neva Rose. Love her, shout out by the way. And it was a Miss Korea versus Miss Philippines POV thing that I did a long time ago. And because of this cancel Korea, all of a sudden this video started blowing up with so many comments. Cancel Korea to reduce plastic. No to walking plastics. Plastic versus natural. At least we're not plastic. Surgery is a must, LOL. So she thinks her skin is whiter, so she wins. But don't worry guys, I was not offended at all. You know, I just let
everything that they mentioned in the tweets, comments on TikTok, so like burns.
it go because I knew this was a sensitive time at the moment. But there was a YouTuber, I'll link it right here, and I really like what she said. And she said, what is the point of all this? Because now, you know, we're just shooting racist comments on each other when the first point was, you know, pointing out someone should not be racist. But now looking back, I know that there's also a lot of supportive people. Someone said, peace for my country and for your country too. Spread love, not hate. I really wish that we could come into peace and have love. And I'm so sorry that these things had to be going on, especially with Korea. And that's
sorry, the whole thing is just so funny to me. Because yeah, she's right. You have to be like bigger person, and everybody's being very sensitive at this period of time, especially because we are all like holed up in our own places. We can't go out, we can't go meet our friends in person. It's kind of mental struggle as well. It's like it's not only you are surviving this pandemic, is also trying to be mentally strong at all times, because there's nothing else to do than to stay home and then browse the internet. So we are so lucky we have this, you know, we can like watch or have our free time to, you know, to watch and browse the internet. But then what you see on the internet is most of the time kind of toxic, so you have to also protect your mental health.
the beauty of online, where we can use it in a positive way, where we could share cultures and learn about each other. So I'm really hoping that we can get stronger from this and just spread a little bit of more love. So next topic is the Woojin scandal. I honestly didn't even know who this was until the scandal happened.
Same thing. I actually didn't know who Woojin was. I thought he was like Woozy from 17, but then my friend told me, oh no, that's not Woojin, that's Woozy. So I got a little confused. I think it's about a sexual harassment thing about him.
Used to be in a group called Stray Kids, and
Stray Kids
for unknown
Stray Kids, JYP Entertainment. Yeah, from JYP Entertainment.
Purposes, personal reasons, we really don't know why. But there's many different reasons why a group member can leave. Usually, I'm not saying this happened to this person at all, but from what I've heard in the past with other groups, you know, the 2PM Park Jae-bum, with Hyuna leaving the group, you know, there was a lot of people that left the group in JYP. Sunmi left Wonder Girls as well. But there are a lot of cases when groups would leave because of bad behaviors. Now, this could mean anything, you know, it could be, you know, sometimes you were dating and you're not listening, you're affecting the group or things like that, or if they see some kind of behaviors that in the future it seems like you're going to be causing trouble for the group or the company, they'll let you go. That's not 100% of the cases, and maybe there's this personal reason that we really don't know about, so please don't judge until we know. Now, you guys already know what happened with Woojin. I don't want to get this video demonetized. I have to say, this topic is only talked about in the Western countries, like in America or non-Korean. When I try to search this in Korean, there was literally nothing that came up except one blog post. So yeah, as you guys can see, this is not a topic in Korea. Like, no one knows this is going on. I guess because the people that was accusing Woojin are not Korean and they're speaking English. And it could also be potentially because these alleged encounters are false and hasn't been taken as the truth. Woojin and his company company 10X denies all accusations. So number one thing is that Woojin's company 10X is fake because people could not find information about it. The Twitter account apparently was made only the day when they wanted to speak about this incident, which I don't think is the case, honestly. I do think that this is a very new company.
To be honest, I don't care. Because number one, I don't know him. Number two, I don't follow Stray Kids. Number three, I don't follow JOFP artists. Number four, there's so many things I'm listing here. I don't listen to their music. I'm not interested, and I don't have time. But no hate to them. It's just that I saw that on Twitter last time, and then I thought it was Woojin from 17. And if you look into my channel, I reacted to 17's video pass, and I know some of them. I know the members, but probably I can't remember everything now. But yeah, so basically I don't care about this. But I think the accusation about the sexual harassment, Gracie, is correct. It was like the accusation came from like international fans or international sources, because Koreans are not talking about Knets. Korean netizens are not talking about it, so I don't care.
Maybe like there's a lot of celebrities who make up their own companies with, you know, a manager or very small staff and crew. A lot of people could not find any information about this company. So
okay, I'm so sorry. Do you like follow Stray Kids? Do you know him? So tell me in the comments down below. And also about the 10X company. Usually members of K-pop groups, they actually tend to make or create their own agency or company once they leave the group they belong to. Example, Zico from Blackpink now established his own company. I believe he's working with other idols as well, but because he is a composer, he makes his own music, and also he built his own company. Actually, J Park from 2PM also did the same thing. He left 2PM before in 2010, 2011, and then built his own company. The company was named AOMG. Okay, I forgot the name. And also Kang Daniel from 101. So 101 was like a contract group, contract idol, that there's a certain time that they will disband, and then that happened, and Kang Daniel actually built his own agency, and he managed his own schedules and everything. So I think it's doing fine because he's promoting his own music now. So comment down below if you know Kang Daniel.
Thought it was fake, but of course you have to search this in Korean. This company is not going to pop up in any American sites. If you go to Korean sites where you register yourself as a Korean company, yes, you will find this 10X company that was registered back in, I believe, July. So at first these tweets were getting a lot of heat, but later on the 10X company were trying to prove that this was a fake story, where one of the girls posted a picture allegedly saying that she and Woojin met up and was having a drink at a bar. But later this evidence photo happened to be a picture that was stolen from another person's Instagram that had nothing to do with the story, which later made a lot of people not believe in this girl's tweet anymore, because in a lot of these fake stories, you know, people will get the picture from just online randomly and they will post it to pretend that it's theirs. In the Korean blog posts about Woojin in this case, like I said, it's very rare to find, but most of them were actually reviews saying that this story is not true. A lot of Koreans are saying that these tweets look very suspicious. It seems to be like a fantasy made up story compared to someone that was sharing their true, honest experiences.
But publicity is publicity. If some agencies are actually doing this just to make their artist name known and sound out there, so could be a publicity as well.
And everything, a lot of people were doubting this in the Korean side. So I'm just throwing out the evidences that has been surfaced. You guys do whatever you want with this information, but if this was true and that these girls have been affected, I mean, it would be really great if they would come forward and talk to the police, especially if they're in Korea, which they said they are. Right now, I believe these girls have not come forward other than the anonymous tweets. So the last topic, we're gonna talk about the Fanatics case.
What I remember with this Fanatics Feel Live incident is that I think because these girls are wearing skirts, so in a Korean like setup, they try to like put on some kind of blanket on their laps so that they can you know, like cover their legs. And then I think the production crew said that to remove the blanket to show their legs. So kind of in a way like a, how can I say, sexual harassment in a way. Let's see.
Going on. This is really weird because I saw the video, and at one point in the chat, one of the staff members or someone says that this is another member. I don't know, which I'm not sure why a fifth member is hiding and not in the V chat rooms. I don't know if she's not ready to debut or something, but for right now, let's call it a female staff member. One of this female staff member comes to give a jacket to cover one of the girl's legs. Covering someone's short skirt or legs is actually a very respectful thing to do in Korea, so I think she was just trying to do that because she saw that the girls were a little bit uncomfortable. A little bit later, we hear a man's voice like hit or slap someone and say, and then you hear a man basically saying, "Are you dumb? I'm trying to show their legs." And I think he cursed as well. So something like really creepy that went on. I'm gonna be honest, I am honestly not surprised that these things happen. I'm just surprised that it happened live and it was caught and people are talking about it, which is a good thing because, you know, in my old companies and what I've experienced, I've heard this so many times where a CEO or male staff will yell at another female staff, will yell at the trainees or the girls. You know, it happens all the time, honestly. A lot of these CEOs and staff members who are in the higher positions in a company think that it's okay to do these things because they're higher level than them. It's been going on for a very long time, but I'm really glad that people are
paying attention
for this and they're being called out for it so they could change the way they run things. So I really want to know what you guys have thought about these topics today. Thank you guys so much for submitting these hot topics for me to talk about.
Okay, so with the fanatic group, it's what she's saying is just it's very normal. It means not only to them, that not only to fanatic groups it happened to every female groups, especially when they are starting. So of course, most of the video that we see are already edited or not as live as V Live with fanatic here. So most likely it always happens. It's still happening right now, so it's kind of part of the marketing strategy that they do, you know, to catch some like attention for the, you know, for the market to pay them attention. So it's kind of like this is their selling point, but most likely it should be the music, not the body. I think body or having like ideal figure, it's part of your package when you are trying to have a career in the industry. However, if it's like blatant or downright sexualizing you, I think that's kind of wrong, and people saw this in a live stream, so kind of disappointing. Yeah, so I'm not really following these stories, like really following them religiously. It's just that I'm always on Twitter and I always see these hashtags, and then when I get curious, I check on the hashtags and then follow up on the stories, and then boom, that's what I do. So there's another like reactions, I think, but yeah. So what do you think of the cancel Korea culture that she mentioned, which I already did in my previous video? Also Woojin, if you know Woojin and Stray Kids, also the Fanatics V Live incident. So comment down below what you think. And also I mentioned earlier that this is mostly reaction channels, so you can give me suggestions, recommendations, what to react to and watch next time. So see you next time. Bye.